Funding is provided by a grant from New York State Senator Catherine M. Young, representing Western New York's 57th District with a local office in Olean. Funding is provided by a grant from Absolute Care of Westfield, committed to returning the favor to those who spent a lifetime caring for others. Absolute Care is located at 26 Cass Street in Westfield. Dave Cass and Rick Newell provide funding on behalf of the Lakeview Hotel and Restaurant at the docks, located on Water Street near the lake in Mayville. From the Access Channel 5 television studio in Mayville, it's Senior Report with Reed Powers. Senior Report is broadcast live throughout northern Chautauqua County on Saturday morning from 9 to 10 a.m. each week. Call in and share a thought, make a comment, ask a question, or simply wish someone a happy birthday on Chautauqua County's only live call-in senior program. Since 1995, Reed has been bringing viewers hundreds of interesting guests, informing the community on a variety of subjects. Here's the host of the show, Reed Powers.
Oh, what a beautiful day it is in Chautauqua County. The leeks are out everywhere. Now, you remember the leek, don't you? It's a beautiful little plant that looks like this, and you only see this much. And they grow up in the woods in Westfield. Legendary all over, not just Westfield, Sherman, everywhere. And they're for the picking. You can pick 5 gallons worth of them in about 10 minutes. You just shovel them up. And they're very easily cleaned because you just rinse them in some water. And then you just run your finger down it, like so, and presto, that's it. And use your thumbnail, you clip the root off, and you can clean up a whole bunch of them up in minutes, and they are absolutely scrumptious. You know, people, there are legends about them that are absurd. They smell bad. Kids come in with them so that they be sent home from school, and all kinds of nutsiness. This is just craziness. These are just delicious little things. They're not really an onion, incidentally. Most people think the leek is an onion. But the leek is a wild garlic, but it's not as strong as garlic. But it has a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful flavor. And most often you eat it with salt. You know, you take a little bit of salt, and you put it in a saucer like so, and then you take the leek, and you just dip it into the salt like so, and munch. And delicious. Absolutely delicious. But if you're going to eat leeks, have everybody around you eat one. It's like having garlic. Everybody should have a little bit. Then you don't know it's there. We have a guest with us today who's often with us. He's our attorney. He specializes in senior issues, elder care, and elder law, I should say, and he's going to be talking about some of the things that we have to worry about and new things. And I don't know if you eat leeks or not, Jim. There's a little tiny one. You want to try one? Then you don't have to smell mine.
Well, I'll do it after the show so you don't have to smell me.
I couldn't smell anyone. I'm all leak now, you know. We have other things going on. Oh, look at the issue. First of all, I want to say probably the saddest and most acclaimed incident in our area is the passing of Kevin White. Sergeant Kevin White was killed in Afghanistan, and it was just a horrible tragedy. 22 years, his family is just totally overwrought. And he was given the full military honors down in Westfield. He was transported over to the Mason Funeral Home there, and there was a full honor guard, pallbearers, and a motorcycle. A huge motorcycle escort. There must have been 100 motorcycles, giant Harleys, all of them. And half the town showed up, half the village showed up in Westfield, and a lot of other people. Kevin was loved. He was a really bright, caring guy, quite involved in sports and his general area, raised all his life in Westfield, born and raised almost, and he was, incidentally, graduated from the school there, Westfield Academy, as did I might add. It was a terrible sadness and a great grief. He is now buried in the Westfield Cemetery, and we hope that God looks over him. He sacrificed everything for our country and did his very best defending us. And I want to thank him for his service and for his great gift. I also want to send a hand of condolences to his family. I know they're suffering terribly, and if there's anything we can do over here at Channel 5 or Senior Report, please let us know if we can ease their pain in any way. God bless Kevin White. We have other issues. Of course, that war is still going on and on and on, and it doesn't look as though it's about to end, and now we're even deeper into it because Pakistan has announced that because we invaded Pakistan without authority and sent troops in, and they captured and killed bin Laden, that is an act of war essentially, and they're very angry about it, and they're going to reevaluate their relationship with the United States. Remember, Pakistan is very heavily operated by the Arabs, of course, and they have the atomic bomb. It's a very big concern. We may have to worry about that, guys. And inflation is raging on, although the government keeps telling seniors, we're going to be talking about this with Jim Subjack. So the government is insisting there is no real inflation and that seniors shouldn't, they've refused to give the seniors 3 years in a row. They're contracted COLA, cost of living increase. First of all, I say there's no inflation. Well, they now admit there might be a little tiny bit coming. Give me a break. Have you gone shopping lately? They announced the reason they're not giving us this year is there's no money. Where's the $7 to $8 trillion Social Security trust fund of excess Social Security payments since the middle of the last century? It seems to have been borrowed by our government to pay for our wars, I might add, starting with Lyndon Johnson for the Vietnam War. And doesn't seem to be there anymore. Well, I better put it back, is all I can say. Memorial Day is a sad day in this country. It used to be Decoration Day when we went down decorated and remember our relatives, but now it's been pretty much co-opted by the military, and it's now a military holiday to remember our memorial, our dead killed in the wars that we have. And I've got Torrey coming over. He's the director of the Chautauqua County Vets Administration. He's going to talk about the vets and what's going on and what they can do, what we can do to help the situation. Our vets are in real trouble in many ways. First of all, the income they're making is below poverty level. Their families are at home. They're on food stamps trying to desperately make it. They come home with no real training. Maybe they can run a tank, but that doesn't help you much in this world. And no jobs. And it's getting to be quite a problem. And of course, many are coming home seriously wounded. For every boy that's killed, and there have been probably 10,000 in reality because they keep fudging the figures, there's probably 5 that are mortally wounded, badly wounded, that are coming home and need prostheses. They need psychiatric care, and apparently they're not getting much of it. We'll be talking to the Social Security Administration about that for Chautauqua County. I don't know. There's not too much good news, unfortunately. I guess the good news is the leaks are out. Lots of leaks, and they're free all over the world, everywhere. Go get some and just sit down and eat a bunch of them. Leak time. I think I'll have another one. They are just delicious little guys. And I'll tell you another thing. They're healthy. They're good for you. All right. Jim is sitting here next to me. He hasn't passed out yet.
No.
They don't kill you, do they?
Gagging, but I'm not passing out.
Nah,
I'm kidding.
you just have a pleasant little flavor. They're a little stronger than onion, that's all.
That's right.
And they are delicious, just delicious. I think I have to have one more here. Thank you. Love leeks. And you should too. Go up and get a few. As I said, up around Lyons Road and the Sherman Road, going from Westfield to Sherman. Just before you hit Lyons Road, pull out along the side of the road and you'll see millions, billions, an ocean of leeks. And they're all over up in that area. And I can tell you 4 or 5 other places where there are huge patches of them. You just look around, they're highly distinguishable when they're going out of the ground. And Chris has some pictures of them. Here they are. See, that's what they look like as they're coming up, as you're walking into the woods. All those little green things are leeks, just about. And oh, are they delicious? Oh, all right, enough about leeks. They tell me I better get on with the news. I've got some information about Mayville here. And I folded up my old Mayville. They have a huge bunch of people. They meet at the VFW over there, and down by the waterside, and they have a gazebo, and they have a barbecue pit, and they have a huge kitchen and a dining room. Oh, it's a wonderful place. You've got to thank the VFW for that. And the chaplain over there is Diane Goodrich, and she gets a blessing going for everyone, and they have the prayers before they start. And the president is Joyce Ayers. And they did the salute, and they also mentioned that there's some really great people who are having happy birthdays. And I'll mention a couple of Mary Lou Powers. Have to mention her. Lou Sandine, Cliff Reinhardt, Mary Johnson, oh, a whole bunch of them. They're going on a boat ride, incidentally, on the Chautauqua Belle. June 2nd is the last meeting you can get your dough in, so get ready for that one. It's going to be a lunch and the whole deal. And they're going also on a trip to the Riverside Inn, which will be July 19th. Sprague's Ice Cream Breakfast available for the World War II Museum, September 20th. Riverside Inn on July 19th. Oh, it's on and on. The senior clubs have the greatest trips. And I'll tell you, the Mayville crowd, oh, what a bunch they have over there. I'll tell you something. I'll tell you, Jean does a great job, too. Yeah, you all guys know Jean Kelsey, don't you? She's part of the champions that do this job. The program chair, Claudia Wittenberg, announced the music director of CLCS, that's the Stuck school here, David Lorette, would bring on the school's bass quintet for the seniors on the May 19th meeting. Can you beat that? They are fantastic. If you haven't heard of brass quintet, May 19th, drop around at noon. It's in Mayville at the VFW. All righty. I've got a few other notes here. We have some people that are involved, and let me see what I did with those. Around here somewhere, I guess. At any rate, a lot of senior stuff going on. We got John Hamels with us. He's about ready to go, but I want to read a few more notes here. The Brockton, it says 30 bright-eyed seniors from the center over there got together at the American Legion John Dill Post 434 in Brockton. They put up their place for them. Thank you, guys. They always have a tureen, lunch, and white elephant auction conducted by member Joe Jagoda this time. And they had wonderful things going on. Birthdays, I want to say Carm Johnson and Faye D'Amico and Julie Schrantz, happy birthday over there. And they're going to have a that's already over. I shouldn't even mention that one. Barbecued chicken, lunch, May 23rd at the next meeting. Don't miss that one. Okay. If you want to get involved in something, call Rita Stonefoot. Stonefoot. Boy, she delivers a kick, I'll bet. 792-4565. You can find out all about it over there at the Brockton crowd. They'd love to meet you. Dunkirk Federated, they may have a huge center, beautiful place. Loretta Hemick does a job there, and they wanted to let you know that their treasury is in very good shape. That's good news. After the meeting, of course, bingo is always served, and the next meeting is May 24th. And they're having an installation dinner. All right, now my pen won't work. What's going on here? May 17th at the Dunkirk Senior Center, 5 o'clock. New folks in. President will be Hemick, Vice President Helen Barone, Secretary Wazinski, and Treasurer McCoyak. Lakeshore Seniors, what a bunch they have. They meet at the Senior Center, too, in Dunkirk. What a place it is. Charlene Hallmark is the president and does the job. Helper of the day is Stella Mishlak. That's a person, incidentally, who delivers the coffee and the cake and gets everything going. The next meeting, May 18th, drop around. And they said a special prayer for the White family, Kevin White's family in Westfield, New York.